New toys, new toys. Now we can play chicken. Bad seeds will play.
Anyway, Little Miss, I'm so glad to have you in the studio tonight. I got Frankie in the studio for a whopping 15 minutes because she's on her way to a party in South Beach that's loaded with celebrities. So hopefully you'll get a few selfies with some celebs.
I'll definitely bring some back.
So it's really fun to have you here. I know there's no board here, but if you want to pick something on the board to go over.
What about the camera rig?
Camera rig. Okay, Frankie and I were messing around with the camera rig outside. So what did you think, man?
Oh, it was awesome.
Steve and I, we bought bit the bullet, and we actually purchased a piece of equipment instead of making it. So
when they told me about it, I thought a little crane. Like it sounded funny, but it's actually. It'll make the shot smoother. You can move in and move up.
When you go over to the electrical box, because we have to reshoot that. When she goes over to turn the power on, we had to really rig something up for the camera
Steve
to be
really had to like hold his arm up for her. He had to sit there and like, okay, reshoot.
It was a bit of a pain in the neck. So
it'll make things a lot easier.
And we are going to be forced to reshoot a bunch of stuff anyway because Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. We love Daniel. He comes in and helps us. He's a film student. And he's a real resourceful guy, and he really helps us a lot. And we love you, Daniel. But I keep telling you, turn the cameras back on to whatever the default settings are. You know, we go with the prosumer settings. I use auto a lot, and most of the time I use auto. So,
and I just listen to what's going on.
Yeah, you never even held one of the cameras. So I mean, Steve and I look at.
I'm in my outfit with my gun.
Steve and I look at each other. We're like, auto, yes, auto would be good. We know the ISO button. We know what that one does. And we're checked out on focus, but everything else is pretty much
But it's really neat with the new rig because you can put your monitor on there as well, and see everything really well.
It would change the shot that we did with you turning on the power immensely. It would bring it up, I think, to where it would look really cool. So we're already going to be forced with reshooting that. But do you want to break the news to them about the
4K camera?
4K.
Well, I was just looking on all the Black Friday deals, and all the TVs are like 4K. So when she told me that, I thought, well, I think people are starting to get 5K now, aren't they? So it's like, so we're 4K. If we're not 4K, then we're not even like.
We're triple behind.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem reshooting for 4K at all.
I know, but our audience is going to kill us. I already said it's going to be another 2 years. I know it's going to be another 2 years before there's a finished product that everybody can sit back, have a beer, some popcorn, and go, yeah.
But when the audience gets to be a part of making the decisions, like naming me or picking Steve's gun, it's like when you're watching the movie or showing your friends and family, and you're like, hey, I helped make a decision, or I voted on this. Wouldn't you like to watch it in 4K on your TV? So it's just part of the hard work. So it's hard work for us, and it's hard work for you guys to watch us doing it over and over again.
Right, like everybody goes, I know, I get it. They're walking through a warehouse. It's like that's an establishing shot. They have to discover the room. She turns the power on. She sends the little drone out of her hand. The little drone locates where the power source is. It's solar panels on the building. They're still active. When she opens the door, there's a little red light blinking that lets her know it is still active. So all she has to do is throw all the breakers, and everything in the place comes back to life. So at that point, it's a game changer, for us to film. So what we could do, here's the question. We could take all the dark footage that we shot in a warehouse, the discovery scenes that are all finished, and keep those. And they're not 4K, but they're in the dark. And hope the technology 2 years from now catches up.
Can help, yeah. And you can always use them later.
I mean, what is the technology at today? I mean, can our film be enhanced? They're pretty. We use the A6000 Sonys on totally auto mode. Everything you see is on auto. So that's a rock and roll little camera.
I'm sure that it will come. It will come to.
If we did that, if we kept all the footage that's in the dark, with the little Sonys, and then we stepped up to the plate, we bought a big 4K, which is probably going to be another Sony.
Well,
or like you're talking about 5K. Oh my God! If we go 5K, then we have
but like at least if we have 4K, it's like when they had like the flat screen TVs, they still had like the back base, and then now that we have like flat screen TV, it went flat and then flat. Like it's like, okay, we don't want to be this guy. We want to be at least this guy. Like, right?
Our technology.
4K?
But what I'm saying is
we don't want to be the old boob tube.
Technology could catch up to the point where old degraded footage can simply be modified and brought to life 2 years from now. So why should we kill ourselves to go 4K on the old footage, like reshoot everything? Why don't we move forward from the dark? Let's just shoot up to the point where you turn the lights on. Yeah. I'm looking at Howard Hughes when I went to Color and Talking. Yeah, Howard Hughes scrapped everything and started again. And I feel that way. I want to scrap it and start again because I want it perfect.
Well, you should follow your instincts, I think.
I don't know. That's an awful lot of film.
And even like for you guys, when you're watching and getting frustrated, it's kind of like a remote agitation as to what we have to feel when we have to scrap it. Don't you think so?
Yeah, you're not the one that's got to shoot it all again.
But it's like, and what I see is you guys get to learn from what they're showing you, what the special effects are and everything. And
special effects? No, we can't spell special effects.
Or just like the process of making a movie. This is a learning lesson. It is for me. I sit and watch TV and I realize how many sets are on a scene. It could just be like one scene, like a meeting and like a conference.
Oh no, you're really starting to tear it up. She constantly calls me and she goes, "Did you know they can do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah. So anyway, you got to get going, and I don't want to run this too long. I'm trying to look at the timer. Oh, we're at 6 minutes already.
Hopefully I'll have some good pictures.
So, and we got to show them with you outside playing with the camera. Yeah. So you had fun. I know. Next thing
I'm learning.
Next thing you're gonna want to start doing is maybe shooting some scenes and getting your hands on the camera. I've already seen you over Steve's shoulder going, "What's this? What's this?"
We try to shoot some with my iPhone when it's his turn.
We found out something really cool that our little cameras go to our phones. We can link them to our phones and do touchscreen focus. Because we've been playing with those big follow focuses on the big camera. We have a great big camera that we use only for follow focus stuff, with the big knobs on it, because we can actually run those, me and Steve. So if we want to do something where something is in focus and then someone is, downfield, then we can change focus. But with this, with a cell phone adapted to the cameras we already have, you can just touch your face feature? And you're in focus, and Steve could be all the way over there and I could touch his face and then he's in focus and you go out of focus.
Wow, fancy.
But if we get the 4K camera, it comes with a screen that does some of that.
Good pitch.
I don't know. So, we're talking about doing some funding. We've never done fundraising. We've never even really talked about fundraising, but we've got people knocking at the door now wanting to
We have plenty of opportunity. We just have to get...
We've been saying no for a long time. Yeah. So, yep. Okay, well, you're going to have to go to South Beach and send us back some selfies, and we're going to show you what she played with tonight. All right, guys, thanks for staying tuned, and please subscribe and follow us. Subscribe, and share is very important. The more you help us, the faster it's going to go, the bigger it'll get. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys.